My name is Andrew Adelson. I play English horn and oboe in the New Jersey Symphony, and today I'd like to share with you a holiday tradition we have here in our house, and that tradition is making challah. Let's begin. 1 tablespoon of yeast, and put it in a little over a cup of lukewarm water. And after it's mixed in, we will let it sit for about 10 minutes. Next step is cracking 2 eggs. And then we beat the eggs. To those beaten eggs, we add a 1/4 cup of sugar, as well as a 1/4 cup of honey. We also add a 1/2 tablespoon of salt, as well as 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. And we mix all of these ingredients together. We beat them until they're well mixed. Before we add the flour, we're going to reintroduce our yeast, which is sat for 10 minutes. That's in this water. And we'll put it in with the egg mixture. We'll beat again. And now it's time to add the flour little by little. This flour, we have about 4 3/4 cups of flour. So we add it, and with a wooden spoon, I begin to incorporate the flour into this liquid, little by little. Depending on the type of flour you use, and depending on how humid, how warm, how cold your location where you're baking is, you may need more flour, you may need less flour. If your dough is too sticky, you add more flour. If it feels like it's just right, you may end up using less flour. It will start to form a ball. And as it does that, it gets harder to move around. So you get your workout as well as some bread when this is all said and done. And when it does form a ball, then you've got about 15 minutes of kneading to do with your hands. I suppose you could also do it in a mixer if you wanted to save some time. Needless to say, you want to wash your hands before doing any of this, because you will end up using your hands to get the dough off of the spoon and to start kneading it by hand. Okay, so I finished kneading the dough. It's very smooth, it's pretty elastic. And now we need to let it rise and double in size, which should take about 2 to 3 hours. So I'll take some vegetable oil and I'll put it in the bowl. And then we'll put the dough there and roll the dough around a bit so that it's covered in this oil so that it won't stick to the bowl. And it will come out easily. And then you can cover this with saran wrap or a towel, or I have a little silicone sheet here. Okay, so let's see how things look after rising for a few hours. Whoa! Definitely more than doubled in size. Punch it down and knead it yet one more time. And now we divide it into 2 equal portions. This is for our 2 loaves. Within each loaf, we will have 3 little braids. So we separate each of these into 3 pieces. of equal size. And then each of these we make into a very long, thin strand. How long? If you can get it to 18 inches, great. And about a 1/4 inch wide. All right, so we pinch the ends together and we'll start braiding. Now the thing to know that's really beautiful about the braided challah is that these different arms, really when they come together, they symbolize love. They could also, some people think of them as symbolizing truth, peace, and justice. So let's cross the arms and braid this challah, one over the other, bringing the one on the far side to the middle, and the one that's on the other far side to the middle, and we keep it up until we get near the other end, and we can bring all these together and tuck them in. We'll pick up the dough and we'll put it on a well-greased pan. We'll let the dough rise again for about an hour, and so we can see how much they've risen. Before they go into the oven, we'll brush them with some egg yolk. In the oven they go at 350 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes until they're golden brown. And when you tap the bottom, they should sound hollow.